In this video we'll be looking at investigating and experimenting using our basic iPhone to scan old negatives and transparencies to see what quality we can get just using the iPhone. I mean, the top quality is a professional scan of each negative or transparency, but I think we can do pretty good with our iPhone. I'm sure what we're going to find is we get easily good enough quality for use on Facebook and Instagram, but let's see how far we get and whether we can get anywhere near a professional scan. These are views of a simple scan we did on the computer, and you see that's not too bad. This is what I've been recommended, the Filmlab app, and this is shown on the PC here, and there's a little one of their videos coming up to show what it does. There's an original negative that they've got to demonstrate this. Right, let's try and get this onto our iPhone. This thing down here, Filmlab for analog film, view and digitize negatives, that's the one. Let's go ahead and see if we can get that on our phone then. I've been told you can get a free trial of this, but then you can sign up if you want. Allow camera access, yes, because we want to use the camera on the iPhone. There's the icon there, the Filmlab icon. So we've got it loaded on the phone now. Now with this app, to scan our negatives, we're going to need a light source, and not everybody's got one of these, but this is a basic light box. Switch the light on, and we can see our negatives on there. I wanted to show today that what we really need to do to get quality out of our negatives is to mask this light source down, because you can see if we just get the camera or the iPhone on one of these negatives, there's an awful lot of extraneous excess light here that's going to confuse the exposure, etc., and the quality. Look, there's some cardboard I've taped together. Dab it down with a couple of bits of sellotape. You can see we're immediately taking out some of the extraneous stuff. That's the area that probably we're going to go for. Take that out as well, something like that. And finally a bit to hold your negatives on. That on there, then if we can put our negatives in there, then I'll just show you that. I'll tape all this down later. If you can get to make yourself a mask like this with a couple of grooves that you can slide your negatives through, you can see we've got a nice easier way of working. And do 3 negatives, scan that one in the middle, drop it where we want it on the light source, the light box, and you can see that if we put our iPhone camera over the top of that, there's no extraneous light coming through. All of this is going to help the exposure and the quality of the scanned image. That's why we're making a bit of an effort to get this light source bit right. So it's getting near our finished setup. We've masked off all the excess light that I don't think we need. We fix our iPhone. It can be persuaded to go in to a simple clamp. You make one yourself that will fit. Takes a bit of persuasion, but we'll get there. There's our Filmlab app. This is for scanning old negatives. So you can get your neg in, you can slide it across, one follows the other. Now we're getting somewhere, and we bring, this takes a bit of experimenting what's the best, but I'll try and show you that on screen, but that's come really good now. There's our image. This is positive, that's negative. Let's go in close on this so you can see I think the disparity in the light. So That's what comes out on the iPhone using the Filmlab. And if I go close in on that negative, that'll show you that's the original negative. Using this sliding technique, we can now take a picture of the second image. Images from our scans. Let's start with the last one first. So if we get that into the Photoshop screen, if we trim around that, square it up a little, it looks pretty good. And we'll get it to fit screen, we'll rotate it. Now that's pretty good as it is, but let's go through some simple enhancements. First is we'll auto contrast it, and we'll add a little bit of sharpness, and I do unsharp mask, a 50% one, and I think we'll just save that for now. But while we've got that on screen, let's just go up here and test the pixels, see what sort of scan we've got from that. Well, that's pretty good. Look at the image size as well. Don't resample the image, but see what we've got at 300 dpi. So from a 2¼ inch square negative image, we've got ourselves a 5 inch by 4 inch, 5 inch by 5 basically, 300 dpi image, and the colour's not bad and the sharpness is very good. I think that's good. I've just tidied up that first image. Let's have a look at the quality of this one. See how sharp this is. I mean, that was probably the best I've ever seen, that negative. It's probably better than the print that I had done at the time. That's from a negative that's about 35 years old. Let's have a look at the actual pixels. I mean, that is stunning, really. Stunning. It's very good. That's just using your iPhone. Now let's have a quick look at scanning transparencies and see how we get on. On the Filmlab is colour negative, and there's the positive, and that's a good image of that. So let's take that one and see what the difference is. So nice and steady. So that's positive to positive. I'm going to save that one. Some tints and things there I'm not that sure about, so I'm going to show you one other thing in a moment. Once I've saved this, save that one. As we've got this quality set up, I was thinking instead of using Filmlab, let's just see what it looks like on the iPhone's normal camera. So go to camera. Looks the same to me. It looks better, so I'm going to take that one as well. And that one I've already saved in the album of photos. Now that's off a transparency taken on the iPhone's camera. Let's have a quick look at the sharpness of that. I'm pretty sure that's going to be good. Can do things with that. And from a transparency again, that's from the Filmlab on positive mode. That's from the Filmlab on negative mode. So we've seen how we can mask off this rather professional looking light box and cut out the extraneous light and get a good scan. But I'd have thought all you need is a good light source, a diffused light source. Can we make a simpler one? So we might have a go at that with some masks again. Maybe we can make a diffused light source out of this milk bottle. Maybe we can find the actual light from an LED torch. We'll have a go at that now. Right, we're going to have a go at this now. So first we'll start by getting our negative. We'll tape it to this cardboard mask that we've got, and I'm hoping I can get that on the front of the diffuser, which is the empty milk bottle. I don't want it tight up against the milk bottle because I don't want the texture of the diffused milk bottle plastic to come through. So I think we can just about get that on there. We've got our clamp for our iPhone. We've got our torch. LED light, that looks nice and bright. And to diffuse it even more, I've got a piece of white card there, so the white card's going to go behind there, and we're going to do that sort of thing. First thing we're going to do is clamp our iPhone in place, get the height right. I've used this before with the big light box, just about holds it, and it's all we need. Get our Filmlab app ready to go. That's going to need to be about there to be level with the lens. So if we stand that on there, get the distance organised. I think we'll fire up the app and see where we are on levels. So we can see from the image on screen that that wants to be about that height. So we're just going to put a bit of sellotape on there. So we've taped the mask to the milk bottle. That's reasonably secure. And we can see on the phone that we've got the height about right. Move it into the centre. We've got some sort of positive image on the back here now. Let's just show you that. There's the positive image, and there's the negative image, although we haven't started shining any light through it yet, so let's see what happens when we brighten it all up a bit. So we need to get our piece of white card. Need something to take the weight of it, and I think that'll do nicely. And shine our LED torch up against the white there. That should be nice and diffused. Let's see how that looks. So from the negative to the positive, we're getting quite a good take up from that. Let's turn the room lights out. And that's pretty good. We got from negative to positive. We're going to go ahead and take that photo on the Filmlab app, keeping it nice and steady. Take it. Doesn't need any adjusting within the app, so just go ahead and save that. Save that to the phone. What we can do is have a look at that in the phone now to see what it looks like basically on the phone, what sort of quality we've got. Let's go into our photos. There's our scanned image, and if we blow that up, we've got quite a bit of detail in there. We get that on the computer, and I think we can deal with that quite nice. Well, I hope that gives you all an idea to have an experiment with Filmlab and with your iPhone. And thank you for watching.